Birds are beautiful creatures that adorn our skies and add to the spectacular mystery of nature. While most of them are small and adorable, it is important to remember that birds are descendants of dinosaurs, and some of them are just as dangerous as dinosaurs. Come with us as we show you all about the 20 most fearsome birds you should run away from as soon as you see them. Number 20. Cassowary. Allow us to introduce you to the legendary cassowary, often regarded as the world's most hazardous bird. You might be wondering how this feathery threat escaped your notice until now, because the cassowary lives only in the wilds of northern Australia, New Guinea, and the neighboring islands. These secretive species like to stay to themselves, making chance encounters with them extremely unusual unless you happen upon them on purpose or visit them in a zoo. Now comes the catch. While cassowaries are not intrinsically hostile like some of their avian cousins, when provoked, they have a fatal proclivity for violence. This bird has an infamous reputation for vicious assaults, which have resulted in fatalities and severe injury to unwary persons. Their razor-sharp talons are the secret to their devastating abilities. These lethal weapons can readily pierce the skin and have been known to break human bones. It's a scary warning to keep a safe distance from these beasts, as even the smallest provocation can cause them to erupt in rage. Surprisingly, some of the most well-documented cassowary attacks have involved people feeding the birds, only to be greeted with aggressiveness when the food supply runs out. So if you ever come into contact with a cassowary, you must proceed with extreme caution. Number 19. Harpy eagle. When you think of an eagle, you probably think of a symbol of liberty, symbolizing grandeur, dignity, and nobility. While this is true in many aspects, it does not mean that you should underestimate eagles as creatures you may approach lightly. The harpy eagle in particular commands your undivided attention as one of the world's largest and most formidable eagles. If you ever come across one, you should flee for your life. Consider the harpy eagle's talons alone, which measure an amazing 3 to 4 inches in length. That's equal to a bear's claws. We all know it's best to avoid bears, so the same logic applies here. Their wingspan is also impressive, stretching broader than the average human's height. Surprisingly, despite their enormous size, harpy eagles are not well known for their soaring abilities. They aren't designed to soar across wide expanses like other eagle species. They instead rely on moving from tree to tree, covering huge areas. These birds' extraordinary eyesight and sensitive hearing make it extremely difficult for their prey, such as sloths and monkeys, to flee. While they are stunningly beautiful, their size and predatory instincts make them a force to be reckoned with. Number 18. The griffin vulture. When it comes to vulture species, chances for human interaction are quite slim. Most vultures either live in locations where humans are not present or in scavenging grounds where food is plentiful. If you manage to come across a griffin vulture, it's advisable to heed the warning and flee as soon as possible. With just one glance, you'll detect an undeniable aura of "don't mess with me" energy. It appears to be staring deep into your soul. Fortunately for most humans, this fearsome vulture may be found largely in Europe, while sightings in Asia and portions of Africa have been reported. This avian predator's sheer size alone is the reason for fear. It is not only extremely strong, but it also has unrivaled control of the sky, giving it the title of a flying virtuoso. You're in big trouble if a griffin vulture sets its sights on you. The silver side to this foreboding depiction is that the griffin vulture is unlikely to strike unless it views you as a possible meal. Like other scavengers, it feeds mostly on carrion, which lifeless animals. There is, however, a catch. On rare occasions, it may speed the process by preying on animals that are weak, ensuring a new meal. As if these discoveries weren't enough, these birds occasionally assemble in big groups. A flock of vultures hovering above is a sure indicator that something lifeless lay underneath. Number 17. Ostriches. The ostrich, the uncontested heavyweight champion of the avian world. Prepare to witness a monster that inspires both admiration and fear. The ostrich, which towers over its flightless African relative, the emu, is a force to be reckoned with. Its outstanding feature is its incredible speed, capable of reaching speeds that put other birds to shame. The ostrich can reach speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. To put it into context, it can outrun vehicles on city streets. What's more impressive is the raw power contained inside its legs. An ostrich can cover an incredible 10 to 16 feet in a single stride. Such a demonstration of strength and agility is simply amazing. Despite our adoration, it is critical to face the underlying hazards of this wonderful bird. The ostrich, like its emu sibling, can use its muscular legs to execute powerful kicks and punches. While occurrences involving human injury are uncommon, the potential repercussions are severe. In light of these facts, never believe you can ride an ostrich. Number 16. African oxpecker. The African oxpecker is a bird recognized for its outrageous tendencies. These birds, which may be found throughout Africa, create unique partnerships with certain host species, yet they do have some parasitic features that need to be investigated. African oxpeckers, like other organisms, make their homes on the bodies of animals, mainly elephants and hippos in Africa. Their hosts, however, don't dislike their existence, and there's a simple explanation for this behavior. The birds serve an important function in keeping their hosts clean by preying on bugs and other tiny creatures that try to attach to them. In essence, the oxpeckers serve as meticulous cleaners, simultaneously sustaining themselves and grooming their hosts. This behavior is similar to the symbiotic interactions observed between some fish and sharks, in which the fish help clean the sharks. African oxpeckers rely on a food supply, and if there aren't enough bugs or organisms to go around, they may resort to picking at their hosts, focusing on whatever wounds they can discover. This behavior, while necessary for survival, may be extremely unpleasant because it includes digesting the skin and blood of the same hosts they are supposed to help. In an ironic twist, these birds, who are frequently linked with helpfulness, have a cruel streak when it comes to fulfilling their appetite. Number 15. Bone-eating bearded vulture. Let's return to vultures, but this time to a species that really sticks out, the bone-eating bearded vulture. All right, so it eats bones and marrow, right? You might be thinking. You're partially true, but you're underestimating how unique, even spooky, this bird can be in that sense. True to its name, the bone-eating bearded vulture consumes bones and their contents, as do many other animals. What distinguishes this species is how it uses what's within those bones, not only for nutrition, but also for plumage. These vultures take smearing to a whole new level by covering their feathers with the blood of their victims in an amazing fashion. They purposely color themselves crimson, creating a dramatic visual show that serves as a clear signal to both animals and humans alike. This is not a bird to mess with. Because of their passionate character and distinct look, there are numerous rumors and theories about what these birds are capable of and prepared to do to acquire a meal. When the bone-eating bearded vulture finds sufficient meals to scavenge, it utilizes an ingenious approach. It flies high above and dumps the carcass onto hard surfaces, shattering the bones. This enables the vulture to have access to the nourishing marrow found within the bones. This remarkable behavior demonstrates the bird's adaptability to its specialized diet, as well as its unique position in the environment as a scavenger with a taste for bones. Number 14. Emu. Given their representations on TV, these birds may look gentle and docile. It is nevertheless critical to recognize the distinct traits of this specific breed. Emus are flightless birds known for their incredible speed. They are, in fact, among the fastest land birds, reaching speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. This mobility is where the risk lies. Emus use their muscular feet and keen claws to deliver powerful kicks to fight off predators. They can do massive damage with their powerful weapons. While the critical attack rate from EMU attacks on people remains rare, occurrences that injure people do occur. In Australia, for example, over 100 emus' assaults on people were documented in 2009. These birds are known to be aggressive toward people in a variety of situations. As a result, if you come across an emu in the wild, keep a safe distance and consider it your own insurance policy. While media images of animals may not always correctly represent their genuine nature, recognizing species' capabilities and behaviors is critical for our own protection. Number 13. Mute swans. There are creatures in the enchanted land of animals that are greatly appreciated for their beauty and regarded as symbols of peace and goodwill. They have made their way into popular culture, appearing prominently in legends like Swan Princess or Swan Lake, and represent the personification of a beautiful soul or spirit. While the majority of swans live up to their peaceful reputation, the mute swan is a species that requires caution. Mute swans may be found all throughout the world, but in North America, they are one of the biggest birds, occasionally weighing more than 30 pounds. You would suppose that their sheer size alone constitutes a risk. While size is important, it is the mute swan's personality that truly distinguishes it as a dangerous presence, especially for the surrounding plant and animal species in the areas it occupies. This swan species is quite aggressive. It steadfastly protects its area with distinction and fear. Furthermore, mute swans have a ravenous appetite, ingesting large amounts of vegetables on a regular basis. This unquenchable thirst has a negative impact on local communities and disrupts environmental equilibrium. Furthermore, if you get too close to a mute swan, it will not hesitate to attack you. There have been reports of these swans being aggressive towards humans. Number 12, the red-tailed hawk. Prepare yourself for the red-tailed hawk, one of North America's most common hawk species. Because of their presence, it is critical to be cautious while these birds are in the neighborhood. The advantage is that they are less motivated to hide themselves. Instead, you'll see them flying above different farms or perched on telephone poles, closely observing their surroundings. To begin delving into what makes these birds genuinely terrifying, consider their voice. The red-tailed hawk has a sound that has become associated with a raptor shriek. In fact, the red-tailed hawk's voice is frequently used in cinema for raptor noises. While these hawks are not very frightening, their reputation originates from their strong territorial behavior. When red-tailed hawks detect a threat near their nests, they become ruthless. Expect an assault if you inadvertently trespass on their domain. Because they are the most frequent hawk species in North America, dwellers of these areas must be continuously alert of nearby nests or suffer the wrath of these dangerous birds. Number 11, the vampire finch. Allow us to shed some light on a bird with a disturbing name, the vampire finch. While it is crucial to note that this bird species is not a vampire, the link with one creates worries. After all, any mention of vampires typically denotes something negative. Unfortunately, the vampire finch bears true to its creepy moniker, as its behavior is anything from soothing. The vampire finch, which is native to the Galapagos Islands, provides proof for Charles Darwin's natural selection beliefs. What you're probably wondering is if they assault other species and swallow their blood. The answer, unsettlingly, is yes. This is why the vampire finch has developed a frightening reputation across the world. Most birds do not consider blood to be a food source, but the vampire finch does. While it consumes conventional food, it shows stunning behavior resembling that of a vampire. It attacks things that would frighten most people, including other bird species, for food. This one-of-a-kind adaptation distinguishes it, as blood-eating is unusual behavior in the avian world. The most fascinating part of the vampire finch's evolutionary history. Its beak has developed to be ideal for piercing the skin and sucking blood. In other words, these birds have an incredible capacity to participate in blood-sucking behavior. Number 10, the crested serpent eagle. The crested serpent eagle, also known as the languid, gets its name from its diet of tiny birds, rodents, crawling things, and reptiles. The name serpent alludes to snakes or other crawling things, which reflects the raptor's preferred prey. This fearsome bird with a yellow face can grow up to 74 centimeters in length and has scales on its legs that function as armor against snake bites. The crested serpent eagle prefers open forests, damp meadows, and clearings. It hunts by flying and hovering above the woods throughout the day when perched high. As it ascends on a thermal, it generates a characteristic whistle that sounds like a bicycle pump. When disturbed, this huge bird becomes noisy and raises its crest, indicating that it wants to be alone. This behavior warns potential invaders to stay their distance in order to avoid conflict. To avoid danger, the crested serpent eagle should be respected and viewed from a safe distance. It is critical to remember that animals should be enjoyed and respected without causing injury or inciting anger. Number 9, the northern gannet. Let's have a look at Iceland, a country known for its magnificent natural beauty. However, among the breathtaking scenery is a bird that inspires both wonder and fear, the northern gannet. Prepare to meet one of the most fearsome and exuberant avian species known to man. At first look, the northern gannet appears to be a cute, gentle creature, showing respect and compassion. However, don't be fooled by its lovely exterior. These birds are bottomless pits that are unrelenting and hungry in their search for food. Good luck dodging their pursuit after they've identified a desirable victim. When it comes to hunting, the northern gannet shows off its exceptional abilities. It plunges into the ocean at an incredible 62 miles per hour. They are unfazed by the effect of their high-speed plummet due to their strong bodies. Even if you think you can outrun one of these birds, the task is far from easy. Northern gannets nest in colonies, which means they are never alone. What appeared to be a simple escape rapidly turns into a collective search. Avoiding their united pursuit becomes a tough challenge at this stage. When these birds fix their sights on a possible meal, they are unshakable in their quest. If they decide to feast on you, escaping their grasp becomes nearly impossible. Number 8. The sea eagle. The white-bellied sea eagle is, without a doubt, one of Australia's most beautiful birds of prey. Although it has a similar shape and size to the well-known wedge-tailed eagle, the sea eagle distinguishes out with its mesmerizing combination of clean white and ash-gray plumage. The sea eagle's unique look is easily recognizable as it soars smoothly on broad wings. Contrary to popular belief, the white-bellied sea eagle is not restricted to coastal areas. Indeed, this species is commonly found in terrestrial territorial wetlands, typically far from the ocean. The bird's head, rump, and underparts are pure white, while its back and wings are a deep shade of gray. The black flying feathers on its wings are plainly discernible when looked at from below during flight. The sea eagle's eye is dark brown, and it has a long hooked bill that is gray with a darker tip. Its cream-colored feet and legs complement its beauty, while its long black talons provide a hint of ferocity. Male and female sea eagles are both generally comparable in size, with males being somewhat smaller, as is usual among contemporary raptors. Their wingspan varies between 1.8 and 2 meters. Young sea eagles have brown plumage as youngsters. However, as they mature, often by their 4th year, they develop a patchwork pattern that eventually changes into their adult-like plumage. Number 7, the marabou stork. Following that is the marabou stork, a bird that many of us have seen but need to understand more about. These big African birds are easily identified by their unusual traits, which include bald heads, lengthy legs, and massive wingspans. However, it is vital to realize that the marabou stork is a potentially dangerous bird as well as a fascinating one. Despite their relatively peaceful look, marabou storks are notorious for their violent behavior, particularly towards other animals. They have been recorded fighting smaller birds and taking their meal, demonstrating their effectiveness as avian predators. Furthermore, marabou storks have acquired a scavenging behavior, eating lifeless animals and carrion, earning them the moniker the Undertakers of the Skies. Their hostility, however, is not restricted to the animal realm. Humans are also at risk from marabou storks. When people go too close to their nests, these birds have been known to initiate assaults with their sharp beaks and strong claws, causing significant damage. They have also been known to steal food from unsuspecting people in some cases, making them both a nuisance and a possible menace. As a result, it is critical to remember that the marabou stork is more than simply a large, innocent bird. Its aggressiveness and ability to do harm should not be underestimated. When encountering these species in the wild, it is critical to respect them and remain at a safe distance. Number 6, peregrine falcons. Falcons are feared predators known for their aerial acrobatics and lightning-quick attacks. The peregrine falcon, which hunts birds and bats in flight, is one such fearsome animal. Peregrines thrive at hunting from above, making use of their remarkable speed. They may achieve amazing speeds of up to 200 miles per hour when plunging sharply and quickly. With their remarkable hunting abilities, it's no surprise they're one of the most common raptors on the planet. Except for Antarctica, peregrine falcons may be found on every continent. They flourish in a variety of settings, including beachfront locations teeming with shorebirds, wide plains, and even urban surroundings such as bridges and skyscrapers. These rovers certainly live up to their name since they often travel about, seeking new regions outside of the mating season. While some peregrines establish permanent residency, many others migrate in spectacular fashion. Those wintering in South America, for example, may migrate up to 15,000 kilometers every year to nest in the Arctic tundra. Their incredible homing instinct sends them back to their favorite haunts, some of which have been home to generations of falcons for years. They were designated as an endangered species in the United States. However, with the reduction in pesticide use, their numbers have significantly increased. Conservation measures, including captive breeding programs, have also aided in their reintroduction to North America. In certain places, the number of peregrine falcons has even reached pre-collapse levels. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Before we move on to the top 5 of this list, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your support means everything to us. Now let's check out today's subscriber pick. These bizarre photos of 2 fearsome-looking birds have been making rounds on the internet. Most people think that these are just photoshopped pictures, but can you imagine if these birds were real? Tell us in comments what you think about these weird creatures using the hashtag #subscriberpick. Number 5. The shoebill stork. The shoebill stork, also known as the shoebill or Balaeniceps rex, is a rare bird that lives in tropical East Africa's swamps and marshes. The shoebill stork has piqued the curiosity of both bird fans and experts due to its distinct look and unusual behavior. The shoebill's unusual appearance cannot be overlooked. This bird is a genuine behemoth, standing roughly 5 feet tall and weighing up to 15 pounds. Its most distinguishing characteristic is a large, shoe-like bill that is both big and strong. The shoebill shoebill's bill shape and size enable it to grasp and grip its prey with extraordinary accuracy. It has dark gray plumage that mixes in nicely with its marsh environment, making it a great hunting camouflage. The marshy terrain suits the shoebill stork perfectly. Its large legs and broad feet, resembling those of a dinosaur, enable it to walk on floating plants and easily navigate muddy terrain. Its huge wingspan, up to 8 feet, allows it to fly gracefully over the marshes in pursuit of food. The shoebill stork eats mostly fish, which it catches by standing still for hours on end, patiently waiting for a chance. The stork's excellent vision allows it to spot even the smallest movements beneath the water's surface. When prey is sighted, the shoebill leaps forward, its bill acting as a strong weapon to snare its victim. The shoebill may eat frogs, reptiles, and even small animals in addition to fish. Number 4. The Australian magpie. Magpies are sometimes regarded as aggressive and bloodthirsty creatures bent on annihilating mankind, but the truth is very different. Swooping behavior is not displayed by every magpie, and those that do are just attempting to safeguard their eggs or freshly fledged chicks by signaling a warning to keep away. Their body language, which includes beak clapping, whooshing noises, and screeching, is designed to frighten off prospective predators. Magpies normally breed from August to October, with females depositing 3 to 5 eggs. During this period, some males become highly protective of their nests and may fight anything they see as a threat, including tiny birds, dogs, and even humans. The good news is that their swooping behavior is just transitory, lasting around 6 weeks or until their babies are fully developed and self-sufficient. Magpies are notable for their remarkable memory and facial recognition ability. They have long-term memory and are able to recall distinct faces. This implies that if you have previously been swooped by a magpie or simply resemble someone who has been targeted, you may face similar treatment. It's vital to stress that their memory is not motivated by personal enmity, but by a taught reaction to perceived dangers. In addition, magpies frequently return to the same nesting sites year after year. If there was a swooping risk zone along your path last year, it's quite likely to be there again this year. It is critical to be aware of your surroundings and to take measures if you know you are about to enter an area where magpies have previously demonstrated protective behaviors. Number 3. African fish eagle. The African fish eagle is a huge eagle that lives in many parts of sub-Saharan Africa, particularly near areas of open water. Adult African fish eagles have gorgeous, muscular black wings and primarily brown plumage with spotless white heads, breasts, and tails. Their featherless faces have a bright yellow color. These eagles are admirably equipped for their carnivorous lifestyle, having a characteristic hook-shaped beak that is yellow with a black tip. African fish eagle juveniles have lighter eyes and brown plumage. Their feet have powerful talons with rough undersides that help them catch slippery food. Many people associate this bird's distinct cry with the spirit or soul of Africa. Zambia and Namibia have both declared the African fish eagle to be their national bird, emphasizing its cultural importance. The African fish eagle is a member of the Haliaeetus genus of sea eagles, which also includes the American bald eagle and the Eurasian white-tailed eagle. It is one of the oldest surviving bird genera. Because of its widespread diffusion, it is present in a variety of languages. This magnificent species is well known for its peculiar singing, which can be heard all around the sub-Saharan area. Just before morning, a symphony of duets sung by mated pairs fills the air, generating an amazing tune that has become a vital part of the African soundscape. Number 2. Barred owl. Although a bird's nighttime lifestyle may encourage you to refrain from feeding it, don't be deceived. Just because they emerge at night doesn't mean you should ignore their needs. In fact, their advantage at night permits them to see when you are still in the dark. Good luck to all the courageous folks out there. The barred owl is a large owl found across North America, especially in woods and woodlands. The scary thing which connected with this bird, however, extends beyond its capacity to spin its head in an exorcist-like fashion. What actually distinguishes the barred owl is its utter quiet when in flight. These birds fly through the air silently, leaving their potential victims completely oblivious to their oncoming peril. When a barred owl feels frightened or disturbed, it will not hesitate to strike. Its razor-sharp claws transform into instruments of agony, causing as much damage as possible. Humans are unprepared for such confrontations, having been taken off guard by the quiet predator's approach. People should use caution when traversing the North American forests after dark. Number 1. Herring gull. Allow me to introduce you to another amazing bird. The herring gull has unique scavenging tendencies. These birds merit a spot on our list. While many birds enjoy searching for food, herring gulls have a distinctive twist to their scavenging behavior. They are very versatile and eager to explore diverse areas of water and beyond. These industrious birds can be seen scavenging in a variety of settings, including open water, pools, shallows, mudflats, landfills, freshly plowed fields, picnic sites, and even fish processing industries. Their extensive feeding areas make them a fearsome presence you don't want hanging over you. Furthermore, herring gulls exhibit amazing intelligence in their group behavior. They frequently make landing on islands or hummocks where predators may find it difficult to reach them, demonstrating a deliberate approach to their operations. In terms of diet, herring gulls have a diverse diet. They are willing to absorb a diverse range of food sources in order to survive. These opportunistic birds will take any available food source, from insects and fish to invertebrates, and even other bird eggs, smaller bird species, or even other gulls. Because of their versatility and lack of dietary constraints, they are powerful in survival in a wide range of settings. While the scavenging behavior of herring gulls may not be as spectacular or exciting as that of other birds on our list, their ingenuity and ability to utilize a diverse range of food sources emphasize their importance in nature. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.